Hello and welcome to Homer for February 8th, 2025. Os photopatros de piloi pepethe the tyroi. Autaragon creion mega cabalanen puros auge. And aranotonetec oios caipionos aegos. And esios. And esuos cieloi oraquinta teluiana loi fei. Poi de canal tomedon tamnendare dios Achilles, kai tamenu mistule kai amphibeloi sine pere, por de menoitia desdaien mega isoteos fos, altare pecata pur ecae kai flux emaranthe, anthracian storesasso belus e fupethe tanuse, passe dallos deioi octeo taon peras, altara peroptes caene loisine caue, patroclos mensiton alon penem pretesde, caloisen canaoisine ta creia nemenacieleus, autos antionis dina duseius deioio, toihu tu eteroio, teoisi de tu seionoge, patroclon honetairon, Hoden puribale tu melas. Hoiden on ei jätä toime poke menakera sialon. Autare pe posios kai edea tuos sexeron hento. Neus aias voinikki noesse de dios Odysseus. Bles samanos doinoi o de pas dedek takileia. Caida kileo daitos meneises uke pidaues e meneni clisie agamemnonos atreidao. Ede caientare nun parega menoe ke apola. Dainus alu daitos per atuerga memelen. Alien megapema, diotrabes sorontes. Dedi menendoie de saose mene apolestai. Nea salus elmus eimes suge dusea alcen, angus garneon gaitekeos alinetento, trova super tumoi telecletoi tepicuroi, che iamenoi porapo la catastraton ude tifasi. Skeseth salen nausi melaine si pesestai. Zeus desvi cronides indexi esse metapainon. Astrapte hector nemegas de neible meiainon. Mainete ec paglos pisunos di iu de titie. Mainete ec paglos pisunos di iu de titie, a nerasu de teus, cratere de helusa de duken, a ratai de kakista fane mena eo dian, stautai garge neron a kopsosein akra korumba, altas dem pressen malavu puros autara caius de joisen paratesinari nomanu supocap nu. Right, a long passage today, but it's a good one. Put down my fantastic lyre there. Always an adventure trying to get the music to sound right. Okay, so I'm just going to breeze through the translation here. Wanted to focus on the music today. But thus he spoke, and Patroclus was persuaded by his friend to obey him. And so he himself got the great meat board, and he put it inside of the fire. And then he put a back of a ram, and as well a loin of a goat, as well as the fat part of the bottom of the back of a pig. He then, and this is a thriving one, right? So it was one that was nice and, well fed. Then So with these things, were being held by Altamedon, and then godlike Achilles was at that moment cutting him, Tamnon, and then he was doing this well, and then he well diced them up, right? Yep. And then he put them on the sticks, the spits. He pierced them on the sticks. And then while the son of Menoetiades, right, he started the great godlike fire equal to the light of God. Anyway, right after this, right after the fire had gone up, katakpur ekae, and then the flux emarante, so after the flame had died out, there was the anthrax left. He spread the ashes, and then he, extended across above the obols, or the spits, and then he put a little bit of salt. He put salt across them, right? And then they were what is this? I forget what this is. And then they were put up there. What is this? He set them upon the fire dogs. Okay, whatever. Anyway, something, this is lifted up. Anyway, so then after they had broiled, they had broiled, and, they had taken in, the, what's called I think it's just like the, after they had been put on, then poured out onto the, the platter, then Patroclus took some bread and he put it in the basket, and these are very cool baskets, right? They're baskets of reeds in these little, places, and then Achilles dealt out the meat. And then sitting opposite him, Odysseus, he sat, opposite where Odysseus had put himself against the wall. So they were opposite of each other. And then he signaled that there should be a sacrifice to the gods made by Patroclus, his Hetaeros. And then so they put the sacrifice into the fire. And then they set their hands to the things that were ready lying before them. Kairos Ialon set their hands. And then once, Altarepe, seeing that their thirst and their hunger was sent out for them, their love for this, they were sent out for them. Then Ajax nodded at Phoenix, or Phoenix, Ajax made a sign to Phoenix, and then Phoenix himself made a sign to godlike Odysseus, who then filled up his cup full of wine and gestured at Achilles. Oh, hello, Achilles. We have, this food and equal and, also wonderfulness. What is this? So like this, like satisfyingness. We have not been in need in the hut of Agamemnon, the son of Atreus, nor have we here. And paragamenoi kea la dinus, we have dined to our adjustment, our liking, menoi kea, right? Muchly so. But we are not minded of the wonderful food right now, this act of fooding. We are not memelin, we are not caring about it, but rather we are minding of a great pain that, spectating, we fear as people that are born of gods, right? So like, or you, Zeus nurtured one, we are in doubt as to whether we shall be saved or we shall be destroyed, our ships, if you do not take up your strength, your alkane. Because they are very close to us. They're very close to the wall, and they have set up, what is this, camp or something like that? They have set up, let's see, Aldenwraith. They have, they've set up very close. Anyway, they've set up very, very close, right? I think it's just camp. Where are we? The Trojans, they're very high spirited, and they have their, they have their very widely seeable, and like, sendable, messageable, right? Fires, right? They're burning, their guards are burning many fires, near their army, and, they don't say that anything can hold them back, but rather they think that they're going to fall upon these black ships, Neosi, Melainesi, Zeus himself, for them, has on the right side, right, has been been, signaling with the Seemata, these lightning strikes, he has been astrapteing, which is sending thunder, right? Hurling lightnings, and Hector, in great strength, is going crazy, and he's mad, he is entirely, terribly trusting in Zeus. He doesn't believe that, he doesn't believe in respecting any man or any god, but rather, this great loosening strength has seized him. And he is praying fervently, very quickly, that dawn should appear as soon as possible, right? He says that he will get to the Akra Korumba, the high ensigns, the sort of like highest part of the ships. He will take them down. He will cut them down, apokopsein, right? Cut them off, cut them out, right? Then he will burn these things in a great fire, right? And from this, the Achaeans will be confused by these things, and they will be all turned around by the smoke. They will be stirred up by the smoke. What is this? They will be afraid, I think, they'll be cut down as a result of seeing as a result of being stirred up from the flame. Anyway, okay, so first of all, this is a great passage. I'll just keep the explanation part really short here. First of all, this is a great passage because you get to see the process of making the food. That's great. That's very interesting. This is just awesome. And second of all, it's nice to see this sort of communication here. We're out of the duel, right? So now we're like, the dual person that was being used before. So it's like, now they're doing their thing. We have this, formulaic eating scene, right? But they're not minded of food, right? And this is sort of how Odysseus starts out. He just lays it out. He's just like, look, like, we need you. We don't know if this is going to work. Spoiler alert, it's not going to work. We are going to lose if you don't come back, right? And then finally, the thing that I really, really want to note is that there is a assimilation of smoke, right? So if you'll notice at the end here, because of, like, they're going to be routed because of the smoke, right? You also see that there is smoke here, right? So they put the stuff in the fire, right? Hode en pudi tuelas, the sacrifice, right? They're burning something in the fire, Patroclus is, which is sort of like a meta thing because Patroclus himself, right? He's the Hetairos. This is mentioned very, Hetairoi, Patroclus, right? His beloved Patroclus, right? This is an interesting word here, right? Epipethethairoi, right? E, and then E again. It's a lot of E's, right? It's a very interesting word choice. You don't really see this form, right? Imperfect, in the, anyway, there's just like pi, theta, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Epsilon's in between, right? There's something in that construction. I think it's significant that we're burning food, and then Odysseus' first warning is, of course, of the prospect of the burnt ships and what that will mean for the Achaeans. There's so many different ways to describe your camp being overrun, but there's like something in the metaphor of them coming together and having this civility of the meal, and yet at the same time relating it to the upcoming disaster. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this particularly long passage. Didn't want to split up Odysseus' speech. Still practicing the lyre. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.